This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So we are discussing about Power View as of now. So we had seen first three topics. Today, let us understand hierarchies and drill down reports or visualizations. So this is the topic we're going to be understanding. What is hierarchy, why we need to create hierarchies, and what is drilling down reports or visualizations, and why it is very very important as part of reporting. When you learn ssrs or tableau or any reporting tool, drilling down is very very important feature. So we had seen a drilling through. What do you mean by drilling through? Drilling through means jumping from one report to another, or one page to another. That is what is called drilling through. Compulsory interview question: what is the difference between drilling down and drilling through? Drilling through means jumping from one page to another page, or jumping from one report to another. So it is what is called drilling through. So what is a drilling down, we'll understand. What is hierarchies also we need to understand. Clear? So the agenda is hierarchies and drilling down reports. Types of hierarchies we're going to be discussing today. One is called system defined hierarchies, and which cannot be modified later, and user defined hierarchies. To create hierarchies, we must have related dimensions, and so category, subcategory, product, country, state, city, all these are called as dimensions, and we can create hierarchies. Let us understand what is a hierarchy first. And a dimension may have zero to more hierarchies. Okay, so now few things you people know. Let me talk about few uh, data warehousing concepts. Already people knew about what is a data warehousing, but if you don't know, we are going to be having a complete 1 week session on data warehousing. Probably once the Power BI gets over, we'll have data warehousing concepts. But part of the, I think, morning 6:30 batch students, or 8 o'clock students attended those Power BI. If not, we'll be having one more data warehousing concept session. It will be for 6 to 7 classes, but I'll give you some brief introduction. People who do not know anything about data warehousing. So I have OLTP data, then I have a data warehousing data. So OLTP data means wait. OLTP means online transaction processing data. In simple words, it is called as a fresh data. So for example, you go to amazon.com, you're going to be buying a lot of products. So when you buy a product, it is a transaction. The transaction data will get saved into Amazon database. Amazon website is going to be maintaining a database backend so that you don't know. But whenever you buy a product in amazon.com, you should know that the fresh data goes there and sits over there. So it is Amazon database. Clear? So in brief, database means we'll have a lot of tables, right? So database means we'll have tables. So OLTP database will have tables. So what kind of a tables will have in the OLTP databases or your source systems? So we'll have two types of tables. One is called as master table. The second one is called as transactional table, right? So in any OLTP systems, we will have two types of tables. One is called master table. Second one is called a transactional table. Clear? So OLTP means what? Wherever you have a fresh data. Remember this. Wherever you have a fresh data, this database is called as a OLTP database. OLTP means what? Online transaction processing. For example, whatever we are using completely OLTP databases. For example, you go to the bank, you withdraw the cash. So the banking database is a OLTP database. Why? Because fresh transactions are happening. You go to the bank, you transfer funds from your account to my account. You open Google Pay and you deposit, you transfer funds, or you open Phone Pay, you transfer a lot of funds, right? So Phone Pay application, Google Pay application, banking application, yatra.com, or walmart.com, wherever we are interacting, all these applications are OLTP applications. OLTP applications are mainly used by end users. End users means we are. Clear? We are not working for Walmart. We are not working for phone pay, but we are going to be using phone pay. So we are end users. Clear? So wherever you have a fresh data, the fresh data application is called as a OLTP application. Phone pay could be Android application. PhonePe is going to be maintaining a database, maybe Oracle database, maybe SQL Server database, or DB2 database. PhonePe cannot store data. PhonePe is developed using a language called Android language or iOS language, right? So PhonePe, Google Pay, or Amazon.com or Yatra.com, Walmart.com, so IKEA. So wherever you wanted to interact and buy something, you do the transaction. So you have large amount of data is going to go there. So that is what is called fresh data. But one day this database I was talking about, Amazon database, will get full, right? So after 1 month, after 1 year, after 3 years, or after 5 years, one day this database will be full. So what we need to do, you have to take all the data from OLTP databases, and we are going to be using a ETL tools. Okay, we are going to be using ETL tools. ETL tools means, so I'm talking about as part of MSBI, we have SSIS, or we may use Informatica. All these are called as ETL tools. What is ETL? ETL means extracting the data, transforming the data, loading the data. We are also using ETL inside our Power Query, right? So it is not a full-fledged ETL, but we can extract the data, transform, and we are loading the data into the Power Pivot model. Power Pivot model is RAM, right? So here we're going to be taking all the data from this software, and all the data we are going to be loading into where a one more database. This database is called as a data warehousing database. So the database name is called Amazon DW. Clear? So what is a data warehouse? Data warehouse is a large database. So in this also, database means we'll have tables again. Database means we'll have a lot of tables, right? So everywhere you have to create tables. So in this, we'll have two types of tables again. So data warehouse is a large database. OLTP database is a small database. That is what you need to understand in simple layman terminology. And data warehouse is also called as OLAP. OLAP means online, analytical processing. OLTP means online transaction processing. So we'll have a master tables and transactional tables. And in this, we are going to be having tables. What kind of a tables we'll have? We'll have a dimension tables, and we'll have fact tables. These are the two types of tables that we're going to be maintaining as part of our data warehouse. Clear? Now let us understand what is a dimension table. Dimension and fact is also table. Master and transaction is also table. Let us understand what do you mean by master table. Let us understand what is the meaning of dimension table, what is the meaning of transactional table, what is the meaning of fact table. We have to understand. So what is a master table? Master table means where you have a primary key. Where you have a primary key, that is what is called as a master table. And the second thing is, in master table, more data is a text data. Text data means I'm talking about more data is string data. Clear? So more data is a string data or a text data. So that is what you have to understand. Clear? So more primary keys will be there, more text and string data will be there, and here you will have less, size data will be there. The data will be low or less data or limited data. A very small amount of data will be available. The size of the data will be very small. Clear? For example, so when you open Amazon.com, so what are the tables you may have? Let me open Amazon, right? So dot in, it is for India. So whenever I open something, I'm able to see a lot of products. So definitely there should be a product table. So otherwise, you will not be able to see these products. Clear? So product name, product photo, product name is watches, product photo is this, product, price, category, lot of things are available. I wanted to go and I wanted to buy electronics, furniture, books, beauty, baby. All these are called product categories. Clear? So health and kitchen, so gift cards, furniture. When I click on furniture and click on this, I'm able to get lot of furniture. So furniture is, bed is part of furniture, sofa is part of furniture, mattresses is part of furniture, dining sets is part of furniture, product name is this, and these are part of furniture. So I wanted to click on appliances, so I will be able to see a lot of home appliances, right? So these are part of appliances. Now you have a product and you have one more table called what is the category table. Since it is a master table, we'll have product master, product master, category master. Then we are going to be having, then we are going to be having, okay, let me take this. Yeah. So I have product master, category master, and you are going to be registering, right? So you're a customer. So it is called as a customer master. So customer master means customer ID, customer address, customer phone number, uh, customer, city, state, lot of data is going to be, picked up and stored. Product master means product name, product ID, product, category it belongs to, price, lot of things part of product master and the category master. Category means these are the categories of the products, right? So we're talking about all these are the categories. Now, this is what is a data called a master tables. You will have a less size data, primary key, product ID is the primary key, category one, first category is furniture, second category is home appliances, third category is food and beverages, fourth category is linen and bed, something like that. We can have a lot of categories. Customer means customer ID, blah blah blah. So this is very very small amount of data. How many products you may have? 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, not more than that. So every day, Amazon.com is not going to introduce thousands of new products. It may 1%, 2%, 5% variation will be there. So once the data is loaded, this table is not going to get large amount of data because you have already maximum products are getting displayed. Do you think that every day, do you think that Amazon is going to be having thousands of products, millions of products? It is not, right? So you have a limited data entry in these tables. What about categories? Will they increase regularly? Thousands of categories? Hardly. We see some 20 categories: watches, video games, under 500, toys. These are the different categories. So do you think that this is going to be changing every day? It may change, but do you change that thousands of rows going to come every day? No, it may be one or two rows will get added, or maximum 1%, 2% data will be added. Maximum 20 rows will be available in this table. What is the table name? Product category master. Clear? And what about customer table? So you don't get much data regularly in these tables. What about customer master? So once you register, do you register regularly? No. For example, today, Amazon has 20 million customers. 20 million means we're talking about 2 crores customers. When you have 2 crores customer today, tomorrow will it become 4 crores, 5 crores, 7 crores? No, it cannot, because maximum number of customers already registered. You don't get data, large amount of data on the regular basis. So the size is limited in this. Master tables are going to be taking only limited data. Up to certain level, the data is going to grow. Later, the data is not going to grow. Clear? So these are called master tables. You have less amount of data, more text data, product name, product category name, product description. All these are text data. And the product ID, primary key, customer ID, primary key, category ID, primary key. So more primary keys are there, more text data or string data will be there, less amount of data will not grow beyond certain levels. Clear? Now, every day you people are ordering or buying. So there is an order table or a sales table. Okay. Or we can say order sales table, something like this. Okay. But now tell me, day one, how many orders you get it? 50,000. Day two, 70,000. Day three, 80,000. Day four, again 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 1 lakh, 100,000, 2 million, 1 million. Data is going to be inserted like anything. So, this table where you have so much of a data, that a table is called as a transactional table. Whenever you buy a product, that is a transaction. So, transactional tables are going to be having more foreign keys because who's the customer buying? The customer ID will be there. What is the product is buying? The product foreign key will be there. And what is the amount is paying? What is the tax deductions? Blah, blah, blah. So you will have more foreign keys, more numerical data will be there. What will be there? More numerical data, customer ID, customer name, what is the sales amount, what is the quantity sold, something like that. More numerical data will be there, and you have a large amount of data, large size data is going to be there. So if your database size is, let us say, some 700 GB, OLTP databases will be there in GBs only. So you may have 100 GB belong to these three tables, and remaining 500 to 600 GB will be allocated to only for orders table. See now, you understand how big the transactional. Clear? So in OLTP databases, you will have master table and transactional table. The difference is master tables will have more string data, transactional tables have more numerical data. Clear? Let me show you. I think I have one file. Let me show you this file. Okay, so at least the basic things you people have to know about it, right? Let me open this. See now, I have OLTP database. So what are the tables I have? Product master, product ID, product name, product price, blah, blah, blah. What are the categories we have? Category ID, soaps and detergent, food and beverages, furniture, stationery, home appliances, like that. You may be having one more. This is the primary key. In this product, this is the primary key. Now, this category ID is linked to this table because pen belong to 40, 40 means stationery. Pencil belong to 40, 40 is what? Stationery. Lux soap belong to 10, 10 is what? Soaps and detergents. So I have a primary key and foreign key, and these are more textual data you will have, more and more textual data you will have. And even though it is a number, we are going to be considering this as a textual data. Why? Because the numbering means, as per IT industry, you have to perform aggregations. Do we perform 40 plus 10, 40 plus 40 plus 10? Do we perform like that? We don't perform. So when you don't perform aggregation means plus minus into division operations. Clear? If you don't perform any operation like that, even though it is a numerical data, we are going to be concluding and saying that it is a textual data. So in this, only that this is the column, you can conclude, or you can say that this is a numerical data. Clear? Even though it is a number, we will be calling this as a textual data. What about product ID? This is also, because we never say average product ID, we never say sum of product ID, we never say product ID 1 minus product number 2. We don't do that. If you don't do any aggregations on the numerical data, even though these are numbers, this data is called as a textual data. Clear? So that is what IT industry says. Even though it is a number, we don't perform any aggregations. Aggregations means what? Sum, plus, minus, into, division. These operators, these operations. Clear? So master tables are more textual data. Very, very limited you will have numerical data. Clear? Textual data. customer master, customer ID, name, city, phone number, address, and the phone number, even though it is a numerical data, we never perform some operation on it. Even though it is a number, it is a textual data only. Clear? Now there is a sales table. In the sales table, who's the customer? Customer number 102, Peter. What is the product? Product number 2, pencil. And what is the date of sales? And when the sales is happened, quantity sold, and we have sales amount and something like this. When the delivery is happened, something like this, you have some data. If you see more and more, you will have a lot of numbering data. Clear? So what are considered as numbered here? So this is a sales amount is a number, quantity sold is a number. More numerical data will be available as part of your sales table. You will have more and more foreign keys, right? So this data is not going to grow beyond certain levels, right? Products are today 20,000, tomorrow 20,100 or 20,200. And today I have 10 categories or 5 categories. Tomorrow it may be 15 categories, not more than that. Today I have a 1 million customers. Tomorrow it cannot become 2 million customers. Tomorrow you may have 10,000 extra customers or 5,000 or 1,000 or 500 extra customers. So if you think about the sales table, today we have 1 million orders. Tomorrow we have 2 million orders. Day after tomorrow again we have 1 million orders or 80,000 orders, like that. This table is going to be having large amount of data. Clear? So master tables are more string data, product master, category master, customer master. All these are tables. When you dump same data into the data warehousing, these master tables are called as dimension tables. We'll say dim product table. We'll say dim category table. Clear? So dim customer table. So what is the meaning of dimension table? Dimension tables means where you have primary keys, where you have textual data, string data, and less amount of data. So master tables are converted as dimension table. Orders table, sales table will be called as a fact sales table or fact orders sales table. Something like this. Order sales table. So what do you mean by factor table? More numerical data, large amount of data, more foreign keys will be there. So master tables and direction, transactional tables will have primary key and foreign key connections. Clear? So the tables are linked with the help of a primary key, foreign key. Here also you will have a primary key and foreign key. Dimension tables and factor tables also linked. So as a layman, what is a data warehouse? Data warehouse, so is a large database. So every month we are getting large amount of data. Every month, let us understand, you're getting this much of a data. So end of the month, you take 100 GB of data, 500 GB of data, total 600 GB of data stored, let us say in the January month. So after that, what normally will do, this data will be deleted from here, because if they don't delete this data, they don't have any kind of a space, because the hard disk size is, what is the size of hard disk? They have a 700 GB, because OLTP will have in GBs, right? The hard disk itself is in GBs. So this hard disk will be in terabytes in data warehousing. So you have a 700 GB hard disk, and you have already 600 GB of data, 100 GB, 600 GB. Once you load the data here, and 100 GB will come here, and 500 GB is going to come here. So total how much of data? Total 600 GB of data we have loaded in this month. So they delete complete data here. So what is the space occupied? 700 GB minus 100 GB, because they don't delete this data. If you delete this data, your product names and everything will not be shown. Clear? So people are not going to be deleting a master table data from Amazon database. Again, next month you may get some 2 GB of data extra. That's it. But next month also, again, you're going to be getting 100, let us say 500 or 600 GB of data. Clear? 100, 550 of GB of data, you will get it. So next month you will have 550 plus 100, and this 100 GB is already gone. Extra 2 GB will go. So next month what will happen? This 550 plus 2, next month 552 GB is going to go. Okay, 552 GB of data is going to go. It is the February data. So once you load the data, so what normally will do again, this table data will get deleted so that you will get space. So what is the space now available? 700 GB minus the 100,
Yes, also
102 GB.
skipping forward.
Like that, every time, every month, every quarter, every week. I'm talking about monthly, but it may be for weekly or monthly, daily. People are going to be maintaining. So this database size will not increase. This database size will not increase. Only data warehouse size will increase because it is going to be maintaining historical data. First month data, second month data, third month data. Slowly, this has become 1 TB. After 1 year, you assume every month 500 GB into 12 months, it will become 6 TB of data. 6 TB of data per annum. So that is what you got to understand. Clear? But here, every time you'll be deleting, you don't, the OLTP size will not grow. For example, you have a bucket, you have a drum. So bucket, the fresh data is going to come. You take entire water into the bucket and take the water and put into the drum. So drum is getting occupied, but bucket is getting empty. Again, you will come back, you will get the fresh water. Again, after the water is full, you take the water and you put into drum. So where is the first bucket, second bucket water? It is available in the drum or the tank or data warehousing. Clear? So bucket is small, it will never be full, because if it is full, you're taking the water from the bucket and pouring into where? Into drum. So drum is your data warehouse, bucket is your OLTP. OLTP size will not increase. Why? Because you're cleaning the buckets, you're cleaning the bucket every time. So again, you'll get the OLTP. OLTP will be always empty. You take the data, dump into hit here. Okay, so what is the tables that you're going to be deleting after dumping here? It is completely transactional data. That is how the SSIS Informatica OLTP data warehousing systems are going to be, creating. We are going to be using data warehousing systems. Now, once you perform ETL operations and everything, when you use reporting tools like, SSRS or Power BI, we don't perform any kind of a, ETL operations here. Okay, it is the ETL data, already cleaned data is available here. We simply get and create lot of reports. So what kind of a tables we use? We'll get a dimension table and we get a fact table. So somebody says get the dimensional data, get the fact data, means you should not be worried. What is the dimensional data? So all this data, wherever you have a string data, wherever you have a less amount of data, wherever you have, customer category, product, all these are called a dimensional data. We normally create one more table. The table is called as a dim time table or dim date table, right? So we'll be discussing all these things once again as part of our data warehousing concepts. People who do not know, for them I'm telling what is a master table, transactional table, dimension table, and fact table. So we'll have a dim product, dim category, dim category, dim customer, dim date. So all the tables are available. These are called dimension table. Dimension tables means where you have a primary keys, where you have a textual data, where you have a less amount of data. Fact tables mean where you have numerical data, where you have large amount of data. And we are going to be using sometimes OLTP data, and we can create a report. Or we can also take what? Data warehousing, where we'll take dimensional data, factor table data. When you're implementing OLTP, we'll say we have some master tables and transactional tables. When you're connecting to data warehousing databases, you will say I'm getting dimensional data and factor data. So this is what you have to understand in brief. Clear? So you have a lot of dimensions, you have a lot of master tables. So when you create a data warehouse, you have a lot of dimensions will have lot of hierarchies. Remember, dimension means what? Master tables. So what is the meaning of hierarchies? Let us understand hierarchy. Clear, guys? So actually the hierarchies concept, it is not from OLTP databases, it is not from Excel sheets. Hierarchies are introduced in the dimension tables. Dimension table means it is part of data warehousing concept. Clear? But normally we create lot of reports with the help of data warehousing only. We never create OLTP. We never create, using Excel sheets. When you join the company, you have to work with a lot of data warehousing systems. Where is the data warehouse will be? Data warehouse will be in your SQL Server or in Oracle. So if you say that I don't know SQL Server, I don't know Oracle, means you will be thrown out of the company the day one itself. Clear? So many people tells me, sir, if I learn basic of SQL, is it enough? It is not enough. If you learn basic of SQL, you will be thrown out of the company within 20 days, within 15 days. Clear? So, but unfortunately, the other institutions are not, giving the complete SQL Server knowledge. They're also not giving complete data warehousing. They'll simply say this is a dimension, this is a fact. That's it. Then lot of things you got to understand. Lot of things you got to understand. So, what is a data warehousing in detail? We're going to be having a session, right? But if somebody asks you what is a data warehousing, you can tell them that which is a large database. Clear? If somebody asks what is a data warehousing, it is also database. It is also database. What database? Large database which is going to be maintaining historical data. All the data of the company will get maintained, and it is going to be having dimension tables and fact tables. What do you mean by dimension tables? Dimension table means dim product, dim category, where you have string data. And one more thing you need to know, each and every dimension table. Okay. So dimension table will have will have zero zero or more hierarchies. Okay. Zero or more hierarchies. Why hierarchies and what hierarchies means, we'll understand. Why hierarchy? Hierarchy means, why hierarchy? To create drill down reports. Clear? So dim tables will have not the factor tables. What tables? Dimension tables will have zero or more hierarchies. Clear? Now what is a hierarchy? Hierarchy means ordering the data in the proper, sequential orders. Okay, you have to maintain the data or creating the data in the proper manner. Order the data in the okay, order the data in the proper order or proper manner. So this is what is called as hierarchy. For example, I have a year number, I have a year, I have a semester, I have a quarter, and I wanted to have after quarter. I would like to take the month. I would like to have the week. Clear? And I would like to have the day. So I wanted to arrange the data in this manner. So this is what is called hierarchy. Hierarchy means what? I wanted to arrange. For example, I have a 2010 sales. Then I will be able to get semester one, and I will be able to get semester two. Clear? So after semester one, I will be arranging quarter one, and inside that I will be arranging quarter two. Clear? So now in the quarter one, I will be able to get the data Jan, then I have February, then I have the data March. Now in the quarter two, I'll be having April, then I will be having May and June. So this is what is called a hierarchical data. Your table will not be there in the hierarchy structure. It is a flat. Clear? When you open any table, for example, I have now Amazon a data warehousing. Where is Amazon data warehouse? I have a data warehouse. So I have a table called dim customer table or dim time table. I have some table here. I have created. Okay. So in this table, when you see the data, if you see the data, it is not in the proper order. It is a flat order. Let me go open, and I want to go and use this, not adventure works. I wanted to use Amazon DW. So what is the data? Date you have, year number, semester number, quarter number, month number. Do you think that it is a hierarchical data? It is a flat. It is a flat row and column data. So I wanted to show this data in this format. So this is what is called hierarchy. Clear? So we are going to be maintaining wherever the data available in this format. I wanted to create like this and show the data. Again, in semester 2, we'll have a quarter 3, and semester 4, you will have a quarter 4. Clear? So, again in the January, if I drill down, so it will be having week number 1 and week number 2, week number 3, like that we'll have a dot 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 within the week. If you open the week, so what are you going to be getting? So you will be able to get the day number, day 1. So you will have a day 2. Clear? Like that we can analyze the data. We can analyze the data from year level to blah 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 day level. So from which level you can start? What is the root? Root is year level, and then you have a semester level, then you have a quarter level, then you have a month level, week level, day level. You can create. And what is the granularity? Granularity in the dimension means small unit. Small unit means you have year to day level, so you can drill down till day level, not beyond that, because the smallest unit in the hierarchy is what is called granularity. So what is the granularity of your dimension? What is the granularity of your data warehousing? Means smallest unit in your dimension. For example, I have a employee table. For example, I have employee table. So let me take employee table, employee ID, employee name. Let me take customer table. So what is the customer table I'm talking about? Dim customer table. So dim customer table, the data will be customer ID, customer name, customer address, or customer city, something like this, and customer phone number. This is what is the table. Customer one, let us say John, and customer address some blah blah blah, and the customer, let us say he is there in Hyderabad, and customer phone number is this. And the customer number 2, let us say Aman, maybe some address, and the city he may be belong to Bangalore, and he is sitting in this phone number. Now this is the customer table, I have it. So this is the report, this is the table will be given. So they will be asking, Bhaskar, you create one report. This customer is buying a lot of products, right? So you'll have a sales table and everything, but you have a city column only. No, no, not other column. So you may have address column, blah blah blah, city column is available. But how the analysis I wanted to perform on this? So the customers are asking, by giving that kind of a data basket, tell me country level sales. COUN is missing. Country, then within the country, state level, within the state, city level data I wanted to analyze. Do we have country here? Do we have state here? Do we have city here? We don't have city, but how do you analyze? Because sometimes they may give country here, they may don't mention anything city, they don't mention, they will write plot number 102 opposite to blah 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 and Hyderabad, that's it. So it is not having a proper address, proper column, but we know that this guy is from Hyderabad. Hyderabad is part of what? So you have to create one more table here, because using this table we will not be able to analyze this kind of analysis. And again they need a drill down analysis. Okay, customers are not going to be giving you this kind of a tables. We have to create a table called a dim location table separately. So in that we are going to be having location ID, some ID, location ID, then we have a country. Okay, we'll having country, we'll have a state, will be able to create like this. Now we are going to be storing data, location ID 1, and a country, let us say India, then state is Telangana state, and city called Hyderabad. Now 2, again India, so the state called TS, so we have a city called Warangal. Like that we're going to be putting lot of data, country called India, and the state is called this one, One more state is called Sikandrabad. Again, country called India. Then we have a, it is called Andhra Pradesh. Then we have, let us say, Vizag, something like this. So again, we'll have India. So we'll have AP. Then we have some, places like Vijayawada. Like that, we are going to be putting large amount of data. It is my own table I need to create. Without this table, you will not be able to analyze the data like this. But do we have the data like this? Customer did not give me like that. Customer gave me like this. So how to create, how to analyze country wise, state wise, city wise data means I have to create my own table, where I have to create my own table in your data warehousing or in your Power BI. So again, I have to go to here India and say Karnataka, KA, and I say Bangalore, something like this. Okay, Bangalore. Now what I do, I have to go and create here one location ID. So Hyderabad belong to what? Hyderabad is matching. It is belong to one. I have to create one more column here. So I'm going to be linking. So when I link one and one, this location ID to this location ID, by joining DIM customer table, I'll come to know it is from India, Telangana state, Hyderabad. Now Bangalore is what? Belong to 6. Now I'm going to be adding one more column here and creating these two tables. Now I can analyze the data. This is what is called hierarchy. So what is this dim location? Dim location table is called a dimension. Okay. So one kind of a hierarchy. This is called as a location hierarchy. Clear? We are going to be creating location hierarchy here. So hierarchies are linked to dimension tables. Dim location is what? Dimension table. Clear? So that is what you people have to understand and you people have to know. So which tables are going to be having hierarchies means only dimension tables. Clear? Only dimension table. Sometimes we will be able to get this kind of a tables from the source system, the customer. Sometimes we have to create on our own. Am I clear? So if you see, I would have created one more table here called dim location table. So Amazon sales is happening not only in India but also in Hyderabad, or but also in abroad like America, a lot of other places. So I have to create one more table and I have to make use of this. Now you see, India, we have different cities: Tamil Nadu, Ooty, Maryland, Baltimore, Texas, Dayton, and USA, Rhode Island, Providence. Lot of data I have. Texas is the state, and Dallas, Houston, Rhode Island, Newport, Cherry Hill. So two countries where the sales is going on from this one. The customers are, if you see the customers table, customers are from different parts of the nations. Clear? So if you see, I have some data, guys from Bangalore, this guy is from Dallas, Hyderabad, Mysore, Chennai. I wanted to know where is the sales happening. Is it happening to Bangalore? Is it happening to America? Is it happening to India, Dallas? What is that? So by seeing this customer city, I will be able to analyze. If the customer is buying, if the 31 customer is buying, for example, I'll show you where is the sales happened here. So we have a fact sales table. When you go here, we are going to be linking customer key. Customer key is what? Customer is 10. So the sales is happened to this customer. Customer is 10. Let me show 10 belong to which one. 10 belong to 10 is Amarkoti Dayton. So Dayton is what? Dayton is what? So you go to Dayton. Dayton is part of USA. So the location number 109. 109 will be available as part of this. Clear? So when you go, oh, it is something did not customer, let us say 20, it is not properly loaded, but we'll see this why it is not loaded. So you need to understand customer belong to which location. For example, let me take 22, whether it is properly loaded or not. I need to check because I did not load this data. 22 is which customer? So let me take dim customer. 22 is from Dayton again. Okay, Dayton means you go Dayton number. So where is Dayton? Dayton number is 109 actually. So we supposed to get 109 here. So 20 to 109, it is properly loaded. Clear? So this customer belong to which location? 109. 109 means you will be able to get everything. You will get a country wise, state wise, city wise, and you can also create a hierarchy. Hierarchies cannot be created in data warehousing because data warehousing is a database. Database will have a tables. Tables will not have hierarchies data. So who's going to be having hierarchies? Reporting tools. Clear? In the reporting level, you can create hierarchies. Why hierarchy? Hierarchy means we can create lot of drilling down options. Clear? So that is what is the need for the hierarchy. Clear? Now let me close this. I wanted to show you what kind of a hierarchy we can create. So if I have year wise, semester wise, quarter wise, month wise, week wise, day wise, this is one hierarchy. This is a time hierarchy, or you can say year hierarchy, something like this. It is the name of the hierarchy is called as this hierarchy. I wanted to analyze the data like this. So you need to create a hierarchy for which table you have to create the hierarchy for the dim date or dim time table. Clear? Or you can create for order date also. Order date will have, we can also create. So I wanted to create one more hierarchy. What is one more hierarchy? I don't want to, analyze the data like this. I wanted to analyze year wise, quarter wise, not the semester wise, not the month wise, not the day wise also. This is one more hierarchy I would like to say. I would like to analyze like this also. Okay. So what is a dimension? It is a data dimension. One hierarchy I would like to analyze like this. I wanted to create one more hierarchy. I wanted to analyze like this. Clear? So you will have different hierarchies that you can have it. Clear? So or I don't want to create any hierarchy. For example, I have a dim employee table. I have a dim employee table, employee ID, employee name, and employee salary. So do you create any hierarchy for this? We don't have any hierarchy. Let us say David. David is 1200. Do we have any hierarchy can we create? No, this table does not have any hierarchy. You have a product table. You have a product hierarchy will be there. What is that? Category, right? You have a dim product table may be there. So you may be having what category? You have a subcategory, and you have under subcategory, you have a product. Clear? So this is what one hierarchy I would like to have it, but without subcategory also I wanted to see category wise product. This is one more category. This is category hierarchy. So this is what is called, I don't want to have a complete category. We can give any other name, prod hierarchy, something like this. Clear? So how you wanted to see the data, that depends upon your choice. I wanted to create this kind of a hierarchy. I don't want to create this kind of a criteria in this. I don't want to have the subcategory. Clear? So what is the point here? The point here is dimensions have zero or more hierarchies. You can have hierarchy, you need not have hierarchy. That is what is the point. Clear? So what is a hierarchy means? Ordering the data in the proper manner. You cannot say, I will take quarter number first, then year number. Okay. Then I will say semester number, then I take month number, then day number, week number. So this is not the hierarchy. Hierarchy means what? Hierarchy means arranging the data in the sequential manner and the proper manner. So this is not the hierarchy. Hierarchy means arranging the values in the proper order. So you may have a zero hierarchies. Zero means Sometimes you cannot create hierarchies. For example, dim employee table, where I don't create any hierarchies. So I can create one hierarchy or I can create multiple hierarchies. So why I hierarchies means to create. Why hierarchies means to create drilling down reports. Am I clear? So that is what is the point that you need to understand. Clear? So now, what are the hierarchies that we can see? Let me quickly open Power BI. It is opening, please wait. So I wanted to open this. Okay, guys, can you hear me now? Okay, so I try to get the data now. Okay, I try to get the data. I have loaded the data now. Can you hear me now, guys? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
fine.
We can hear
Yes,
you.
sir, the voice is
Now,
audible.
okay, fine, fine. So, okay,
Yes, sir, voice is
now
audible.
fine, fine. I have loaded three tables. What are the tables? Customer table, product table, sales table. Customer table is a dimension table. Product table is also called dimension table. Sales table is also sales table is a fact table, right? So if you wanted to take a dim date from there, you can take it. Otherwise, I don't want to have the dim date. Clear? So customer table, product table, sales table data, I'm having it now. Now, so lot of things you're going to be having. So you don't want to, have everything today, because if I take complete data warehousing class, that is more than, full today. So I don't want to take complete data warehousing class now. Okay. So let us concentrate on what is a dimension table and what is a fact table and what kind of a tables. Yes, can you hear me again? No voice.
Yes, sir, we
Yes,
can
sir,
hear
yes, sir,
you.
it's audible.
Okay, okay, fine. Now let me open and the data is loaded. So now we can understand customer product sales table. Now I wanted to understand hierarchies. So if you open, you have last name, first name, this name, that name. Now, when you go to product table, you have category, product subcategory, product name. I can create one hierarchy. So there is no hierarchy here. I can create one hierarchy. Why should I create a hierarchy? Because I wanted to create a drilling down report. What is a drilling down report? We'll analyze, we'll understand very soon. Clear? So we can understand what is a drilling down report. But as of now, we have to know what is a hierarchy. So hierarchies are two types. So one is called system defined hierarchy, and the second one is called user defined hierarchy. What is system defined hierarchy? Let me show you. I go here. Now I close this. I click on sales table. There is an order date. There is a due date. There is an order date. There is a due date. When you open this, automatically it is going to be creating one hierarchy. When you open it, year wise, quarter wise, month wise, day wise data, you should be able to get it. Clear? So this is what is the beauty about the Power BI. When it sees the order table, data table, when it sees the data table, it knows that it has to create one hierarchy. Why hierarchy? Because I wanted to analyze the data year wise, quarter wise, month wise, day wise. So otherwise, we have to create lot of DAX expressions or lot of Power Query things, and we need to create our own hierarchies. When somebody is helping, let us take their help. So I'm able to use this. Now we have a due date. So wherever there is a date field, you should be able to see hierarchy year wise, quarter wise, month wise, and day wise. So this is what is called hierarchy. I wanted to have one more hierarchy, but hierarchy is not created in this. If I wanted to create hierarchy, we can create so. Okay. So what is that? So what is that we can have? It is depends upon the what kind of a column you have. If you have the date column, compulsorily, automatically hierarchies are created. If you don't have a date column, so we must create the hierarchies. So whatever we are going to be creating, that is called as a user defined hierarchy. Now I'll show you how to create user defined hierarchy in your Power BI. So let me go to category name, right click on this, and you say create hierarchy. Clear? So a lot of options are available. If you wanted to create hierarchy, so you have to go to that column, the root column, and right click on this, you say create hierarchy. Click on this. When you click on this, it's going to be creating a category, and it is going to be giving you a name also. Clear? Category is got added. Now it is a category name and hierarchy. Now the next column, I need to add subcategory. Now you go here, right click on this, and you need to say add, create hierarchy, add to existing hierarchy, add to existing hierarchy. So I would like to add this column there. Clear? Category name, subcategory name, under that we'll have a product name. Right click on this. Now you go add it to existing category name hierarchy. You need to add it there. So we have category, subcategory, product. Now this is what is the hierarchy name that I wanted to rename. It is what is called as a prod hierarchy. You can give any name. It is called as a prod hierarchy. Clear? You can give any name. I wanted to create one name. I am planning to create a unique name. So I'm going to be creating a user defined hierarchy. Clear? So if you wanted to create system defined in hierarchies that you cannot create, it is creating for the date fields. So if you wanted to create any other hierarchy, that your choice, you need to have the data like this. Without having a country, state, city fields, can we create a hierarchy for location or geography? We cannot, right? You need to have those columns somewhere so that you will be able to create. Now I'm able to create a category, subcategory, product, and I have given a name. Somebody is unmuted, guys. Anusha, any doubts? Okay. Now I wanted to create a drilling down report now because we have created lot of hierarchies. One hierarchy we have created and we have a few more hierarchies here. Why hierarchies need to be created? Means to create a drilling down report. What do you mean by drilling down report? For example, I wanted to go and get some chart and I wanted to have product. So you should be able to find out category name, subcategory name, product name here, as well as here also you have a product name, subcategory name. You're able to get the items from also here, the same columns also here. So this is the within the hierarchy you will have same columns, and without hierarchy also you have the same data. I wanted to drag and drop product name from where from here, and I wanted to go and get some sales. So I wanted to go and link it here. I should be able to get, say, product wise, I think, right? It is product wise, or what is it I have included? So product name I have included. I wanted to, let us say, use category wise. Okay, so this is the category wise product I can see. So let me go to view menu, and I wanted to, let us increase the size. Now let me close this. I wanted to have one beautiful report category wise. Okay, you can just go there and you should be able to analyze lot of other things, x axis, y axis, whatever you would like to have it, you can have it. Let me take this data. Now I wanted to come here, create a border. Hello guys, any questions? Data label, I wanted to have it, and I wanted to increase the font to 15. So this is a sales of given product. Okay, this is a sales of given product. I'm able to get it. Now, if I wanted to know given category wise, subcategory wise, and product wise, I wanted to create a sales. Again, I'll go to the page number 2. So what I do, I go here. Again, I wanted to, yeah, guys, any issues? Can you hear me clearly? Ramya, Harini, Vamshi, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir. It
I
is.
wanted to create one report. Yeah, tell me. Somebody is trying to talk.
आगे मला
Somebody is unmuted the mic here. Who's that guy? Waiting for name. Who's this guy? So somebody is unmuted the mic. Just check waiting for name. Guys, please mute. Okay. So there is a waiting for name. Who's that guy? I'm muting him. Please wait, guys. Okay, so
ఇట్రండి అప్డేట్ ఎట్టుంది రావడికి బాగా కడితే అదన్నా వెనకాల ఉందా సరే